Hey everybody, it's Rick Trummer from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training, and welcome to Friday. This week we're on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday routine instead of our normal routine that happens Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we're talking about blend modes and all of the different things that you can accomplish with blend modes. Today we're going to actually do something a little bit different. What I've got here is I've got an image that was photographed, and I've got my logo that I'm ready to go. Now, if I wanted to drop out the background on all of this using the magic erase tool, it would take quite a bit of time. Or if I just wanted to go in and do a selection, I'd have to go into all of these areas and try to select all those areas out and make sure I get all the white, and it can be very, very tedious. But I'm sure you can think of a way that using blend modes, from what we know so far, we can actually get this done really, really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab my move tool and I'm going to move my logo straight into this image, and let's bring this down in size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down to the lower right corner, just pop her down there. And now, using blend modes, I'm going to just come in, and as you can imagine, I want all the black to come to the foreground and all the white to recede. So I'm going to grab my multiply, and you can see it drops out the logo very, very quickly, and all of the edges are done very, very well. So just throwing the logo into a little bit of an area here and being able to drop my logo into that very, very quickly and easy makes using blend modes pretty cool. Let's go ahead and grab another example of where blend modes would be very, very useful. I've got a shot here that we did that I did in Alaska on my Alaska cruise. It's an awesome cruise, by the way. If anybody ever goes to Alaska, that Southern Passage is absolutely awesome, and I was there with the Camera Craftsman group, and it was fantastic. So I highly tell you that you should be on that trip. It's an awesome trip. Highly recommend it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a lens flare. Now the thing about a lens flare is you can't put it on an open or a blank layer because it has to have pixels in it. So if we just went in here and under filter, we go down to render and lens flare, and we kind of put a lens flare in here and click OK. Got a cool lens flare kind of coming across. Now the problem is this: what happens if we want to move it later? What happens if we decide to kind of move this in a different area? You can't do it. It's locked. It's part of that particular image. So how do we make something that we can go about and do that using the lens flare? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back. We'll do a quick Command Z, and we're going to get rid of it here. What we're going to do is go to a blank layer. Just like I told you, you can't do a blank layer without having some pixels in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the fill. You can go to Shift Delete on your Macintosh, and that's Shift Backspace for you PC users, and that'll bring up my fill dialog box. What we're going to do is we're going to fill this with black, and we're going to click OK. Now we filled with black because we're going to be using a blending option here shortly. And let's go back to that filter. This time we're going to just click and go quick into the lens flare, and it's right here. We got it here. Now what we're going to do now is, once we have the lens flare, is we're going to take it from normal, and you can guess it, we want the black now to hide and the white to reveal. So we're going to go into the screen mode, and you can see that the lens flare is back on, and it looks absolutely beautiful like it should. Now the cool thing about this is we can move it, and we can change the shade. If you go to free transform, we can actually change where the fill is. We can actually even turn it. So let's go ahead and turn it a little bit and kind of move it in there. Now you're going to notice something. Once you do this, you can kind of see a little bit of an edge down here, over here, and on the top, maybe a little bit on the side. Now you can easily get rid of those by clicking on the mask tool, and let's do a gradient, and we're just going to do foreground to black. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take those edges out by using a gradient mask over the top. And what we're doing now is we're just kind of using the gradient to filter in, and that's easily done using the mask tool. Again, very, very simple to do. and you'll still be able to have that as a layer and be able to make those switches later on. So this is just another really convenient way of using blend modes to be able to accommodate some pretty cool stuff inside Photoshop. Again, I'm Rick Trummer from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training. Come on back next week. We're going to be doing, hopefully we'll be adding on to the blend mode discussions, maybe with some type, and doing some cool things with that. And then we'll be moving into some other subjects as well. So hopefully you're enjoying the series. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. And we'll catch you back here next week. Again, I'm Rick Trummer from Rick Trummer Consulting and Training. See you soon.